So let's go over this homework real quickly. Okay, so we're using these pictures. Angle A is congruent to F, B is congruent to G, C is congruent to H, D to I, and E to J. Any questions on that? Everybody good? Okay. We've got 4/9, and then they want a list of 5 ratios between the sides. So AB, this one right here, to FG, CD to HI, ED to JI, and BC to GH. Any questions on calling out the sides that are supposed to be proportional? Okay. What's the scale factor of polygon ABCD? 2FGHI. So ABCDE is smaller, so it's got to be less than 1. So it's 4/9. Had they flipped that around like they do on the next question, then it would have to be greater than 1 because you're wanting the scale factor of the big one compared to the little one. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. What side is included between angle J and angle F? Here's J and F. So it's side JF, and I left my line off. Okay. What angle is included between BC, right here, this one, and CD? So that's angle C. Any questions there? Okay. Show that the ratio of the perimeters is the same as the scale factor. Okay, so they're telling you they're similar, so the sides have to be proportional. So the easiest one to look at is 2/3, right? Skip all the decimals. Okay. And then if we take the perimeter of this, you got 10.25. The perimeter of this was 15.375. When you put 10.25 over that, it reduces to 2/3. Any questions? Okay. It says find the missing side. They didn't mark it. We said put an X there. So X is to 9, as I chose what looks like the hypotenuse. 14 is to 21. But you could have also, instead of that, you could have put 12/18. Hey there. Okay. Either way, you're still going to get 6. Okay. Any questions on how we set that up? Okay. Did you sign in, sweetheart, at the front office?
Not counted for the first period.
Nobody told us that. So, no, that's fine. I'll take care of it because they didn't tell me. It's not your fault.
Well, Miss Carter said she was getting us, like, we didn't have to go back first period.
Well, be nice if the teachers knew. All I can say is she didn't turn it in. Now, okay, so is that where Ava is?
Yes, Ava was in a different group from me though. And they were still law and Alfred.
Okay. All right. I'll take care of it with Ms. Welch for you. Okay, so number 9, it says the lengths of the sides of a triangle are in a ratio of 3 to 7 to 8. The perimeter is 162. So yesterday I told you when you have a string like that, you put an X behind each one. It's asking for perimeter, so we have to add them up. And then we solve. So you should have gotten X is 9, and then the longest side was 72. Are we good there? Okay. Using the same setup, it says, that's the one I said, just find the scale factor. The scale factor is 1/9. Lengths of the sides of a triangle are 3 to 5 to 7. So 3x plus 5x plus 7x equals 90. So x is 6. And the shortest side is 18. Any questions there? Okay. Find x and y. So to find x, all we had to do was look over here because the angles are supposed to be the same in both triangles. We had 2 missing angles, but this one was 32, so that's why we wrote 32 in here. Then you add those together and take it away from 180, and you should have gotten 83. Okay, for y, we do 4 is to 7 as 3 is to y, and you should have gotten 5.25. Are we good? Okay. Measures of supplementary angles, so they have to add to 180. So 3x plus 9x equals 180. So x is 15, the small angle is 45, and the large angle is 135. And you can add those and check to make sure it's 180. Okay, the ratios of the measures of the interior angles of a pentagon. 4 to 6 to 7 to 9 to 10. So we need the sum of the interior angles. So that's 180 times n minus 2, which ends up being 540. So 36x equals 540. X is 15. And it wants the smallest interior angle, which is the 4x. So that's 60. Any questions there? Okay, that one made you pull back into past knowledge. Okay, so we've got 4 is to x plus 4 as 2 is to 3. So we cross multiply and we end up with x is 2. Any questions there? All right, then the last two, it says, are they similar? So we did 6 to 7.5 and 8 to 10. You got the same cross product, so yes. Determine if these two polygons are similar. 2 is to 4 as 1 is to 2 as 3 is to 7. Well, 3 is to 7 is the one that throws everything off. Remember yesterday I told you if one set of sides doesn't match up, then the whole thing's not similar. Okay, so that's that. All right, so set that aside. Mm-hmm. There you go. And I'll get the papers for today. Okay. I had it just a little while ago.
take one of each and then these. And crisscross them. Take one of the sets. And take one of those. Take one of those. One set. One of those. There's like a distinct look on the triangles, like I could tell that. What am I missing? Like on the bottom one, actually AF example,
Mm-hmm.
you have 721, 15, you have three letters. And what these two, you're gonna find-
Right. You have to divide by 3 to get from the left one to the right one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar, right?
That. Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the same thing.
That's pretty much it. That is. Okay. All right. Now, what you should be noticing on the first page of the notes here is that the reasons for similarity are very close to the reasons for congruence. Okay. In fact, 2 of them are exactly the same. Okay. So you have to be real careful when you're reading the problems. Are we talking about congruence or are we talking about similarity? Similarity only has 3 reasons or 3 methods for it, I guess method. Whereas congruence, you had side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, and then HL. If it was a right triangle, it was angle, side, side, remember? So you had 5 for congruence, but we only have 3 for similarity. Okay? Now, and they're defining them here, and basically what they're just showing you what it would look like. Okay? So I'm going to give you a minute to finish stapling because I don't want to lose anybody. It says show why these 2 triangles are similar. And there's not always something really to write down, or at least on the first one, there's not. So the second one is just a matter of proving that the sides are definitely proportional. That's the big thing there. Is it sticking? Okay. Good morning, sweetheart. Okay. Ava, you get your stuff. Now, all right, so angle. Okay, we kind of talked about this yesterday. The way this is drawn, the vertical angles have to be congruent, and then they gave us a second angle. And yesterday I told you that there is a theorem or a postulate that says if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, what's true about the third angle? They're also congruent. Okay, so that's what an angle situation would look like. Okay, now SAS, they're showing us these angles are both 110. So the only thing that there is to show why these are congruent is to confirm that the sides are indeed proportional. Now, Emily said, well, I guess you were asking, do you really have to write anything if you see that, oh yeah, we divided by 3? Yeah, put something to let me know that you did look at the sides and you analyzed it. Okay, whether or not it's a formal proportion or not, I can go with divide by 3, and we get this. Okay, or times 3 and times 3. I could go with that. It shows me you looked at it. That's the big thing. So here, if you had chosen to go this way, dang it. You get 105 equals 105. Okay, so that's all you would have to do to show that they were truly similar. Okay, and then the last one is side, and you just set up that string of proportions. 4 is to 6, as 8 is to 12, as 6 is to 9. And what we're looking for is that they all reduce to the same fraction, which is the scale factor of the first one. Okay? What would the scale factor of the second one be, since it's the larger one? 3 over 2. You just flip-flop it. Okay. All right, so we got that. Now, so really that's all this is about. Okay, when we look at the assignment, determine if the two triangles are similar. If they are similar, give a reason and give the scale factor. Okay, so we have 3 sides and no angles. So what would be the assumed reason? Side. Okay, but we've got to confirm that. So 4 is to 12, as 7 is to 21, as 5 is to 15. Okay, so you've written this, and you're going 4 times 3, 7 times 3, 5 times 3. I'm good with that. Okay, it's 1/3 the whole way. So this is side. Yes. Okay. All right, now you do number 2 real quick. You got it? So A, B, C, D, E, F, they're oriented the same way. 11 is to 4, as 14 is to 7, as 6 is to 5. That's kind of all over the place, isn't it? Okay, so that's a no. All right, now grab your notes and let's draw a triangle here. I want to do another example. I don't think they gave you enough here. It's not too bad when the triangles are separate like that, but when they start stacking them, you have to be careful. Determine if the triangles are similar, and if so, why? Okay, so let's say we have that. Everybody have that down or not quite? Okay, everybody's good? All right. Now, so basically we have two triangles stacked. We have a big triangle on the bottom with this parallel line being 10, and then we have the little triangle set on top. Does that make sense? Can everybody see that? Okay, now, so the big deal here is these, it's easy to tell. Okay, that's 5, that's 10. All right. How do I want to word this? This is the side of the small triangle right here, that's 4. But is this 4 the entire side of the big triangle? No. What's the entire side? 8. Okay, so you have to realize that. Okay? Now, so now we can check and see. 4 is to 5 as 8 is to 10. 40 equals 40. Okay, so we've got two sides that are congruent, right? We're one side short of side, 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 and we're one angle short of side, angle, side. Does that make sense? We don't have quite enough information here just yet, but there is the information there. If we looked at these and say we thought about this right there and we kind of took off the idea of the triangle. Now we have parallel lines being cut by a transversal, right? Okay. So what do we know about this angle and this angle? They're the same because they are what kind of angles? Corresponding angles. Okay. So see, everything kind of builds together. All right. So this is, yes, they're similar by side, angle, side. Does everybody understand that? Okay. All right. Let's say we have, okay, we talked about that one, so that'll work. Come again? Okay. So now let's say we have some other triangle. Remember, these marks are your parallel marks. Okay. And I'm going to say that this one, yes, they are similar. Okay. Or find the value of x that makes that similar. But I want to add in a similarity statement here. Okay, so we can find a value that will make them similar. So how would you name the little triangle? Okay, LYX is fine. Sean chose to do LYX. So now how are we going to name the big one? KZX. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So what would be my reason for similarity? Angle, angle, side, or side, side, side? Okay. Okay. Why would it be side, angle, side? What's the one thing that they both share?
Same corresponding.
I think you're pointing to it. Is it a corresponding side or is it a corresponding angle? They share one, what? Remember, you've got a little triangle set on top of the bigger triangle. They share one angle, and that one angle is, on the picture, which angle is it? It's X. That's it. Does that make sense to everybody? Not completely, is what I'm seeing. Is that correct? Okay. All right. So, dang it. I moved my scissors. Let's do this. All right. So, all right, so have that. And then okay. So, and we need some color so you can see the difference. Okay. Here. This will work better. So here's the big triangle. And there's the little triangle. Does it make sense that this angle is the same as that one? That's the deal there. Okay? Because they're just literally, they're not set beside each other, they're stacked. Okay? Does that clear it up? Okay. All right. Now, okay, so they share angle X, therefore our reason for similarity is side, angle, side. Now we need to solve for a value of X that, maybe I should have called it something different, for that. So how would I set that up?
2 over 5.
2 over, where'd you get the 5? There you go. Okay, so that's 5.
I thought maybe you do 4.5 over 4.5 plus 6.
That's perfect. That's perfect. 4.2 is the small triangle on the left. 4.5 is the small triangle on the right. So we have small over small, large over large. Okay, and then to get this whole side, we do have to do 4.5 plus x. Does that make sense? Okay. Plus x. Okay, so then we cross multiply and we solve like we always have. So we've got, there it is. 5 times 4.5. So that's 22.5 is equal to 9 plus 2x. Is everybody good with that, with the cross multiplication? Okay, so minus 9, minus 9. So 2x is 13.5. So x is 6.75. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So now, having done these two additional examples, I think you're good to go on the homework. Okay, so we're good there. We're good there. Just make sure you orient number 6 the same. You're looking at it the same way. A, B, C, D, E, F is corresponding sides. Are they similar? That's setting up a ratio. Look at number 11. Let's see if you understand number 11. Because that's like 12. Is anybody confused on how to set it up? Pretty much. You got PQR. We don't really know which one's which, but we have a side that's 12 and a side that's 11, and the included angle is 18. Okay, then we have STU, and we have 55 and 62, and the included side angle is 18. So what's the only thing we really need to check? The what? The scale factor or the proportion of the sides. That's right. Okay, so how would you set that up, Sam?
11 over 55 equals 12 over 62.
That's it.
Is the angle just like a distraction?
Well, it's not really a distraction. It is telling you that the included angle is the same, which is part of the definition of similar, but you don't need it other than to know that at least that checks off the angle being congruent for the definition. Okay, so does this work? No, it doesn't. Here you would have 1/5. Here you got something a little bit different because this should have been 60 to make it work, right? Okay, but if you're not looking at it that way, 11 times 62, so that's 682 equals 660. So not similar. Okay. All right. This one is the same as that. What value you would really need to add to make it a truly valid thing. So spend the rest of the class time working on this. If you have questions, ask, and then we'll go from there. We don't have a lot of time though.
How you can tell if something similar if it ain't got a number?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, which one?
Number 3.
Number 3. Well, you've got parallel lines, so this becomes a transversal. That actually tells you something about the angles. We talked about that in that extra example we did. And it also tells you something about these angles right here.
So,
It's all about the parallel lines and the transversals. Well, here, all you have to put, is side, angle, or side, side. Well, we don't have any numbers, so side, side's out. Really and truly, side, angle, side is out because we don't have any numbers for the sides. So can you prove that two angles would have to be congruent? Okay, remember I said think about this as parallel lines and don't think about it as a triangle. What do we know about these two angles if this is a transversal cutting those two parallel lines? They're corresponding, therefore they are congruent or equal. So really and truly, this one is congruent to that one. And then when we flip it and we look at the other side, that means this one has to be congruent to that one. So that's angle. If they didn't have the parallel marks, then you couldn't determine. But they do have the parallel marks, so you can. Okay? All right, y'all have a good day. Thank you.
yeah. Oh, probably. Yeah. We went to the last time. I said, they'll probably want me on it. The library says library closed. Because they were like. I like favorite. I was doing it in Kate and Hal. Yeah, see, thank you. That's what he's because they're not. Like favorite books. No, ma'am, I'll be
Friday is gonna be a quiz, so you can't come back. But I have now.
Me too. I was like, I love this guy. No, I thought he was, and then I was like, no, I just told you I loved him, and now he's gonna do this. I was like, next one.
So this is Thursday.
Yeah, they'll be on the question paper.
Yes, yes.
Bye, Ms. Cooper.
Bye-bye, y'all have a good day.
You too.
If you have a medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Physicians, please press 0 now. For our address, fax, and office hours, press 1. If you'd like to make an appointment or inquire about your existing appointment, press 2. To speak to the medical assistants for Dr. Torres or Dr. Cresta, press 3. To speak to the medical assistants for Dr. McCann or Dr. Dean, press 4.
Hi, Kristen. This is Elizabeth Cooper. I've got a surgery date with Dr. McCann, and I've got some questions. And I left a message on Monday, and Vicki didn't call me back at all. Can you answer questions for me?
So if it's about your surgery, I can give you to our surgery scheduler, either Miss Susie or Shala.
All right, let me have Shyla, please.
Yeah, they know a lot more than I do.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
yes, ma'am, let me transfer you to her, and if she doesn't answer, leave her a message, and she will get back to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Southeast Texas Surgical.
Is this Shyla?
This is her.
Shyla, this is Elizabeth Cooper. I've got questions about my surgery. I left a message on Monday. I was told to leave it for Vicki, and Vicki hadn't called me back. Can you answer questions for me?
It depends on what your questions are.
Okay.
And I believe that we were able to actually move your surgery earlier than Thursday.
Oh, shit. Nobody's told me.
Yeah, I think Susie just moved it this morning.
Okay, when? I mean, I'm glad.
Yeah, she said she was just trying to call you.
Okay.
So what's your question first, and then I can let you talk to her, and she can let you know all the details of your surgery.
Okay. All right. First of all, what type of mastectomy is it? Is it unilateral, modified radical, flap recon? What are we? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to be dealing with.
Okay, 1 second. Did he not go over any of that with you?
No. He said, "Do I have any questions?" But I didn't know anything
Okay. Let
to
me see
ask.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
3/12/69. And I know even Donna for Dr. Patty's office had called to see if she could get somebody to call me back yesterday.
I don't know. Nobody ever left me a message, so
Okay,
I'm not
that's
sure.
fine.
They probably left Vicky a message.
Well, she hadn't returned it in 2 days.
So this just says left total mastectomy. So he's just doing the left side.
Well, I know that. But how does he know if he has to get into the chest muscles and stuff like that? Because I've been watching videos, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
He won't know until he goes in.
Okay, all right. I'm writing it down because the sucker's been growing like just wildfire. How long till I can get back to work? What is the typical time? Because I'm a teacher and we got a state test coming up, and they just dropped the bomb on us today that we have to up the bar by 30%.
Typically, they usually take off 4 weeks.
Okay, that's not happening. Okay.
You can take about a week or 2, but you can't like lift, pull, strain anything over 15 pounds.
Right. That's what I needed to know right there.
Okay.
Pull 15 pounds or over. That's what I need, because I typically my job doesn't have lifting.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're a teacher, so it
Right.
shouldn't.
Just means if there's a fight, I'm not the one to break it up that time.
Correct.
Okay. Do I need to stop my sulfasalazine before surgery? They made me stop it before the biopsy because it has some sort of an aspirin type component.
I have never heard of our patients even stopping that.
Okay, good. They didn't do it with the last surgery, but they made me with the biopsy, and I'm going, well, that's kind of weird, but okay. So that's why I'm asking. Let's see here. Wow, my mind is just reeling. I'm glad. Thank you for moving my surgery up, but I'm thrown for a loop. Is it okay to move my arm around gently, just so that the chest muscles don't tighten up and start drawing down?
Are you talking about like right now?
Well, now I know it's fine.
Are you talking about after?
Yes, after.
Yeah, they're going to want you to move your arm and stuff after surgery. They're just not going to want you to do any heavy lifting.
Okay, so any range of motion I feel comfortable with is good.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was worried about there. Okay.
And he'll go over all that with you before you're discharged. He'll let you know what you can and can't do and what your restrictions are.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Okay, so what is my new date? Because I got to let everybody know.
Okay, just 1 second.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Cooper.
Hi.
Dr. McCann came to me this morning. He's going to be out of town on Friday, and so he wanted me to move your surgery to Monday. That way he would still be here after your surgery. and that way he would be here to discharge you as well.
Okay, so I need to get my pre-op done this Friday?
On Friday.
Okay.
Come into the office between 8 and 10:30 on Friday to pick up your packet. And then on Monday, you'll arrive at 8:30 and surgery's at 10:30.
Oh, that's much better. Because
Okay?
I was worried about kind of being really kind of sick at 3:00.
Yes.
Okay, so Monday at 8:30. All right, let me run around and tell everybody that. That's going to
Yes,
shift me
ma'am.
into overdrive. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
And we'll
thank
see
you,
on
thank you.
Friday.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Physicians, please press 0 now. For our address, fax, and office hours, press 1. If you'd like to make an appointment or inquire about your existing appointment, press 2.
Hi, can you connect me to either Shyla or Susie, please? Thank you, ma'am. Is this Shyla or Susie? Hey, Susie. Okay, thank you. Okay, okay. Um, um, I have to get there at 8:30, or is the surgery at 8:30? My brain clutch is slipping. Okay. Okay. All right. That's what I needed to confirm. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, Jane. Oh, you lost it?
Yeah, I got it out of my house.
That's okay. It is STO then, right?
Yes, ma'am. I prefer IM, but it's fine.
Oh, on the computer, it's over. Okay, well, IN is what I kept wanting to do, and I was.
When you say it, you say Austin, it sounds better, but instead of saying Austin,
Mm-hmm, yeah,
So I prefer IM.
parents know silly spellings.
I'm supposed to be able to.
What was that? Well, Julian, it's not a bad name, and it could be called Jules. Oh, really? Oh. focus now. Right,
I don't get a day off. This week is basically by appointment only.
right.
So, but I am trying to get these. I now have a standpoint on when you finish your consult, you pay your deposit because I already have people asking for 2024 weddings.
Damn. That's crazy. I mean, it's good, but it's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm just telling these brides when we meet, if they can do, they need to do their deposit either today or tomorrow.
Right,
That way their date is secure.
right,
Because I can't just give them a whole week. I'll give them a day to do their
Right.
deposit. I can't do the whole week unless I really know the bride. And they do the whole week. They had,
good. Okay, let me let you go, sweetie. All right, love you. Bye. Okay, let's get our head around that.
Do you have a warm today?
Yes.
May I charge my phone? I'm gonna plug this in, but I'll charge it when I get back.
Okay.
Because I'm listening to music and this playlist pops. Okay. Can you just put it on my desk? So I have to go get me some apple juice.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremiah, the video though, y'all watched the first video.
Oh,
First period.
it was so freaking funny.
I know. The ending though, so unexpected.
You know what made me funny?
Hey,
Those guys' faces. It's like
Yo, the guy with the big glasses, I was like, hey, I know my papa with those big glasses.
The legs are so freaking bad.
Oh, I need to play, Jay. Got enough money. I need a homework answer.
Wait,
How do you do something?
forgot about even Jeremiah forgot. Oh no, I didn't.
Bro, watch you find it, like, watch Mr. Foster by two of everything.
No, Gary, what?
Oh, friend. So, she owes you $24?
No, she already
Mrs.
got.
Joe.
I've already had 3 people hit me up. Let me think about it, because if I do it for you, I have to do it for Lisa. So I'm not saying no, but not at the moment.
You're missing Joe.
Jeremiah got rude jokes.
Oh.
Now, I don't remember how to do domain. Thank you so much. Austin, you got enough monster No, literally, what is it?
Murder.
Was he mine? Was he mine? Oh, you're kind of good. Oh, right. You're so good.
Do it.
Hey, quickly get your calculators and start looking at this formula.
I'm real too hyped on interviews right now.
Yeah, no dirt.
Somebody let them be rude.
Bro, you're like, just shove that all down.
Why you on the
Trying to dress myself and
Yeah,
say better
like,
at it.
started
Now, if I would have jumped on that athletics, that would have been one of them. Or the run on the wall. Yeah, we have. Probably can do it.
You wanna plug your phone in, Ed?
I'll do it in a second.
All right.
Thank you for reminding me.
It's a miracle I remember.
What? Hear me out. Yo, hear me out. I totally did not do my homework. Okay.
Okay, get your homework out also.
I was telling where that was at.
You had like 7 problems.
7.
It was either 7 or 8.
Give me 5 minutes to do it.
No.
14. Hear me out. Honestly.
Well, you got 3, and that's including the warm-up.
Right. See, I found it. I don't know where you
Only did like a couple. Only did one.
Okay, all I can tell you is if you're not doing your homework, I'm not fussing at you. I understand stuff happens, but if you're not making use of the time that you have when I assign it, and then you don't understand it when you go over it, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, really and truly. So,
Can I just put NRS for no real solution?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just.
What am I trying to do? I want a timer. Shh, quiet. No, you weren't, but you did really well. Really well.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
No way.
Okay, Faye, between now and Thursday afternoon, I need the work for that.
This is this right?
This one did this in a We don't need it.
Yes. I'm just kidding.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't get to do my homework, so I didn't have a calculator. Is there like, if I turn in sometime today?
I'm not gonna look at it, but it's just the idea that, you know, you didn't do your practice. That's what homework is it's practice. Sometimes I grade it, sometimes I don't. And you got lucky in that I'm not grading it, but, you're behind on the practice.
So I'm behind on practice, but this one, would that be right? Because you're taking out and then. Mine's at home.
Giving out.
And that's like.
3 times 5 is right. See what's on.
Because,
Oh, that's a 2 and that's a 3, then one's.
oh, that's a donate.
Oh, okay, because I was looking at this work and that's not.
Oh, yeah, 2 times 2 is 4, and then 3 times 5
Where are you
is
getting
9.
2 twos?
Stop. 6, 2, and then.
That's
2.
one pair, so only one.
Yes, but you have to do 2 times 2 is 4. Right? Yeah.
So that
can't
doesn't
even
need to go over there.
Oh, yeah, great.
Okay. Was anybody else out yesterday? So you were out.
Hey, you're back.
Okay.
I literally a whole class period with you.
Oh, yeah. Wait. And I'm really got No, Miss, I understand it. I understand. I know I did that. Okay, I'll send you everything. I understand it. I know.
Boom.
Thank you.
Oh, so like instantly.
You don't make no sense.
Joke.
You don't make no sense.
I know I don't. Listen, you see the people I hang out with?
Yeah.
Me.
Look in your friends.
Austin. Me.
Actually, no. I don't care. I think you put the thing in the right place. What the heck? You sorry for that? Oh.
Actually,
Did I hand you geometry?
I think so.
Okay, I pulled geometry, I didn't hand it to you. Okay, well.
So, you know,
I understand how to do it.
Did you know that you can date your cousin and you can marry her?
yeah,
Hey, domain is the set of what?
Domain is a set of,
X or Y.
X.
Domain is the set of all X values. Range is the set of all
Y.
Y values.
So D is X and R.
Okay, so you need to look left and right to get your X values. You need to look up and down to get your Y values.
Which one's gonna be? Alligator's gonna be the beginning. So you start with the X.
Uh-huh.
Can I go wash my hands real quick?
Sure.
It's like, oh.
All right. That's 2 days. Well, that's not. All right, now.
That's a lot of work.
So, looking at this, I'm gonna have to open it. Okay, where do our X's start? Okay, well, the graph starts right here. Is that 0?
Oh, no, one.
Okay, so we're going from 1 to what? What does this arrow mean? It keeps on going, which means it keeps on ooching off to the right.
Which is all real numbers.
No, not all real numbers. We're going to infinity. Okay. Now, what does this open circle mean?
That means that it is equal to or less
Not equal to.
than, not equal to. It's rather than, yeah.
Okay, so 1 is less than x, which is less than infinity. Now, another way you could have stated it is that x is greater than 1. Does that make sense? You could have done this one or that one. Okay, now we look at our y values. What is our lowest y value?
2.
Lowest.
Why? Infinite.
Okay, infinite, but is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, so our range, we're going from negative infinity, and whoever had their Snapchat going off, you know where your phones are supposed to be. They are definitely not supposed to be where I can hear them, and they are definitely not supposed to be on your person. Where should they be?
In the phone.
Now, I didn't start that. Dang it. Dang it. Well, I'll have to redo that.